Okay, imagine this. You just woke up from the best, long, well-rested sleep of your life. And then since it's like, it'd probably be dark outside because you took a nap, you turn over to turn on your lamp light, but you didn't realize the amount of energy and power that you gotta put into your body and your arms to turn on the light, because you never realized that you put your lamp too far from your bed. Not only is the lamp knob small, by the way, it's also really hard to grip and turn. It's very inconvenient, super annoying. So this is a problem I face every day, and I'm sick and tired. And for my project, I'm going to make something to fix that, because I cannot deal with this anymore. So this is what I came up with. Basically, it's a pirate ship like wheel, but as a knob for a lamp, because I wanted to make a knob that's bigger so I can grab onto it easier to spin it. I measured the dimensions for how big I wanted it, which is 3 inches. What I wanted was this size. To twist it easy, it felt comfortable, the shape was right. Put it into a dial caliper and I measured it. It was 3 inches, and so that's the diameter I would want my knob to be. So for this build in particular, I focus all my prototypes on trying to find the right tolerance and the right fit for it to fit in the lamp knob. So after I did the little Google search and I found the average tolerance of like the lamp knobs, I found that it was 1/8 inch. I converted that into a decimal number, which is 0.125 inches. This is my first prototype. As you can see, it was definitely way smaller than I thought it would. Surprisingly, the tolerance was a perfect fit on the first try, but the only thing is that it didn't go in that far because I thought it would go in more, but apparently not. So in order to fix that, for my second prototype, I made it a bit longer. I extruded it a bit longer. I also added a little handle at the end so I can twist it better and have a better grip. Kept the same tolerance. It was perfect. But one thing I have to say about this is that the thread extrusion for it was a bit too far in, because when I screwed it into the lamp, it was hitting like the metal piece, which they were supposed to have a gap, but it didn't have a gap. And I wanted to follow like the same like kind of build of the original knob, because I didn't want it to affect anything. So I'm going to make this extrusion for the thread a bit smaller, going to lower that down. So my third prototype was just for funsies. It kept the same shape and size of the second prototype, but this time I chose a thread that is a bit smaller, because even though this fit well, I wanted to see if it fit, like if there are other ones that fit better. So I tried the 0.122 inch, and I still like the second one better. This one was a bit tight, I'm not gonna lie. So my final prototype idea was that I'm gonna take the 0.125 inch thread and make this extrusion here a bit shorter. With that, I put it in a file, I add on the wheel, and that'll be my final project. For this build, I decided to edit the second prototype, so I just changed the dimensions for some things, and then after that I started building off of the prototype in order to make the wheel. And then for this wheel, I decided to separate them into 3 different sections. One of them is the wheel around, and then the other 2 will be one in the middle, and then the other one will be like the little things on the ends. I just looked at a reference for this. I found pictures on Google, and I just kind of copied like how it looked. And then my favorite part about building this was extruding in a circular pattern, because it just looked really cool and it was really nice and simple. And then for the little knob thing on the ends, like on the outside of the circle, I decided to build that in a separate file and then add it on to the current file that I was putting in. But I inserted into the file beforehand so that I can get the dimensions right to fit with the wheel. So the issue with the first final print was that when I was putting in the tree supports in Kira, I forgot to block off the extra supports, and in doing so it like filled up the hole where the thread should be to fit into the lamp. So next time when I set up the print for the final print, hopefully then I'm going to block off the support so then the hole can be opened. I'm going to test the final project now.
A really nice bonus to this build is that since it's connected to this lamp, earlier I did research to find the tolerance, and when I looked on Amazon to try to find it, it said that like this thing right here, the original knob it came with, it also fits with a lot of other lamps and other appliances. So I'm gonna test that to see if it fits.